Hello, this is Hope Roski with Central Valley Talk, and let's talk a little bit about real estate. I would like to welcome my friends here from Real Property Management. Welcome, Platinum, Real Property Management Platinum. Barbara and London, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
I am so glad that you both have decided to come back and tell us a little bit about what's going on with the real estate market, because I know people are just, with the way home sales are right now, it's difficult with interest rates, but there's still rental homes available, and would love to hear a little bit about your perspective. So Barbara, tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Happy to tell you a little bit.
Great.
You're right, prices are high, interest isn't, people aren't excited about that. But on the rental side of things, our inventory is still really large. We have over 20 homes that are vacant and move-in ready right now. So we have agents showing them, we have people coming in to see them and applying. It's a full-time job. We do have new construction homes that are coming available too, which is always a pleasant surprise to me, because it'll just be usually sometimes an owner investor that will be expanding their portfolio and bring it to us to manage it. And I think as a renter, what could be better? That's a really nice thing.
Right, exactly. And I know a lot of that development is going on in the northeast part of town, and I also know over in the southeast part it really is expanding out by Clovis North High School, and also out again, as I said, by southeast Fresno. I see that there are a lot of developments happening, and I think it's great that people have an opportunity when they think about renting a home, that it's like, well, it's going to be an older home, but it doesn't necessarily have to be
either
that way.
And same even like the Tesoro Viejo in Madera.
Yes.
There's a lot of homes there too. You're right, lots of directions it can go.
So London, can you tell us a little bit about some of the properties that we're going to take a look at today?
Yes, today we're going to look at 3 properties. One is located in the Riverstone community.
Oh,
So-
speaking of which,
Oh,
out
yes.
that way.
Beautiful
Okay.
community, and Barbara will talk about 2 of the other ones. Over in West Madera.
Yeah, west of 99 even.
So,
Yes.
and that's interesting because things from Madera, it's like when you think about in that Valley Children's area and whatnot, a lot of people think that borderline is right there by Fresno, so the commute is not horrific by
No,
any
short
stretch of the
drive.
imagination. Well,
Exactly.
let's hear what you've
It's
got
closer
to.
than you think.
Okay.
Yes, I know the viewers are probably wanting to know,
Certainly.
okay, what's up?
Happy to say, I think the first one we're going to talk about is on Monte Vista, and it's a really darling little 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1449 square foot. It's really nice. It's turf in the front and the backyard, so it's very low maintenance, and it's move-in ready. So the applications are online. Everything's there to observe, ask questions, and we'd love to have them walk the property and determine if it's a good fit for them.
And what's nice about having the synthetic grass is it helps to lower the water bill. So when renters go in, they don't have to worry about the landscaping part of it. They can just
Enjoy the low
step back and
maintenance
take
yard.
that sigh of
Yes.
relief. Where, what part of the valley is this located? Because that looks like a newer home.
True. It's actually built in 21, so it's a few years old, and it's west of Highway 99. It's like
Okay.
Cleveland and west, very far west. So, but it's a sidewalk community.
Excellent. Well, that looks like a good one. And again, you said that was a 3-2, correct?
Correct.
Almost 1,500 square feet and low maintenance, folks, which is, and and if you have kids, the backyard's great because the synthetic lawn's already down and kids can play easily, and
You could be
it's
rough
just-
on it.
Yeah, exactly. All righty.
true.
What else do you have?
So our next property that we're going to showcase is 965 Thurman Way. It's located in the Riverstone community of Madera. And like Hope said, it is right off the cuffs of Fresno, at the corner, located at Avenue 12 and Highway 41. This property was built in 2022. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2 stories. It also has a low-maintenance backyard with synthetic grass. It's a very beautiful landscape backyard. Solar is included, so that is an extra amenity that you can look forward to. A washer and dryer is also included, and HOA is included. What I really like about the Riverstone community is there are a lot of neighborhood parks, walking distance from the property, walking trails, and there's also a school. Middle
And
school
I
elementary
have
school.
heard such great things about Golden Hill School District,
Yes.
which is the district that would feed from the Riverstone
Exactly.
community and Teresa Viejo. has a very, very good reputation. So for viewers out there, wondering about that, good school district, great, a matter of fact, I know a few of the teachers that teach in that district, and very close to Valley Children's Hospital
Exactly.
too, which is a huge perk.
And does that one have a swimming pool?
It does. It has
Community pool?
resort-style pools. It has a large lodge. It's very beautiful. And pickleball courts. And those are just a few of the amenities.
I think that's great. And what's nice about having a 2.5 bath is you have that extra half bath, and nobody else, that's for the guests, and then
Located
the rest
downstairs.
of the
Keep it
family.
nice.
Yes, exactly.
It's
exactly.
conveniently located downstairs,
Yeah.
right by your front door.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
True.
All
I
right.
got one more house we were going to talk about on Autumn Sage, and the cross streets to this one are, let me
Well,
find
I
it.
love, I have to tell you, I love the name Autumn Sage.
True. Copper and Maple are the cross streets.
Oh, okay. That's close to Clovis North High School, I believe,
Yeah,
or
in that
Buchanan,
vicinity.
in that area. So
And
that's
so
another
it's
good school
technically
district.
Fresno, but it's really close to Clovis.
Sure.
And this one is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-story home. Really, really lovely inside. A lot of nice features about it. And it's same thing, move-in ready, and it's ready to be seen and toured. We're showing it now.
Okay, great. Now, you were mentioning with the second property that the washer and dryer are included. I know with some rentals that may not be the case, but what are people's options if they are not included, the refrigerator, freezer, the washer, dryer?
Sure.
What
Do you
are
want me to
their
take it?
options?
So washers and dryers and refrigerators are really where it's a 50-50 chance if it's included or not. It's something that on the East Coast, people have a tendency to kind of expect it more.
Right.
But for some reason, on the West Coast, it's kind of a decision that the landlord makes if it's something they want to include with the rent. So if it's not included, it could be a negotiating tool though also, to speak to us to say, I'll take it if we can do this, or can we have a refrigerator and I'll rent it at this price. So it's always a good conversation to include if that's the final decision, or that's the one thing that's keeping you from wanting the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who are first-time renters, what is the protocol, London? What do they need to do?
If you're a first-time renter, I would encourage them to go on our website, rpmfresno.com, so that they can see all of our available rentals, and you'll see a description of each rental, and then you'll be able to book a showing as well. I would encourage them to book a showing. You'll get a chance to view the property. Sometimes we even have 3D tours that you can take of the property. If you're not in the area, you can call our office, and we can tour the property with you over the phone.
Yeah.
And then you can apply on our website as well.
Okay, so when it comes to a lease, many times they're traveling nurses, they may not be staying long. Is it traditionally a 12-month lease, or is there ever any flexibility, or what about even going month to month?
Sure. What we offer are long-term rentals, so we don't do short ones, but usually after the 1 year, if they needed to go month to month, that's the standard way that we would go into that.
Sure.
So occasionally, it might be possible, but not on general terms, no. It's always a year to start.
And London, how do people qualify? Because there might be some people that their wages, because they're self-employed, they shift, they change. So how does somebody who's self-employed versus somebody who can show the consistent paycheck apply so they can get a rental property?
Well, there's a few qualifications to be approved, and bank statements is one way to also prove your income and show your cash flow.
Okay.
Another thing too, if people are like on a cash system where they may not have it in a bank account, if their last year's tax form would show
Yes.
the income, and that would satisfy what we need to.
That is really good
It's
to
helpful.
know. Absolutely helpful. So, what about pets? I know there is a law now that if somebody has a service animal, even if it says no pets, what are the stipulations?
It is, a service animal is treated like a person. So there's no saying no or declining that candidate because of the animal. Everything else has to qualify, but the animal's never an issue
Okay,
when
and
it's a service animal.
exactly. And then London, let's say the garbage disposal's not working or something's going on. Do they contact the landlord? Do they contact you? How does that work?
That's a great question. They're going to contact us. They will have a portal where they have 24/7 access to call into our maintenance hotline or place, I believe they can do one online. And 24/7 our maintenance team is available to assist them with that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, yes.
That is always good to know. And that's the difference between owning a home and renting, is that you make the call.
Exactly.
The repair person's there. You may have to be there for the appointment, but regardless, you don't have to hassle with the payment because that comes out from the landlord's side of it, which is great.
And you want it fixed as soon as
As
possible.
so- Of
Yeah.
course,
Quick.
absolutely,
Quick.
absolutely. So, one of the other things is people need to know, well, like, how much do I have to have up front? And we hear about first and last. What's the procedure with
Sure.
that?
When people talk about first and last, that's usually an apartment type of situation. Ours is the security deposit and the first month's rent.
Oh, okay, so it's a little
I
bit
think
different.
because it's a single-family house,
Mhm.
that might be where people hear different things.
Right, and I think that's good for the viewers to know because there is a little bit of a different language. And there are people that, okay, I've outgrown my apartment, I want a home. So you do homes, do you do condos, townhomes
We
as
do.
well?
We have a
Okay.
few, but mostly single-family homes, but a few of the townhomes and condos
So
too.
we have different size options.
Sure, so when
Price
you go
ranges.
onto the website, can they select just, like, I want a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom? How does that all work, London?
Well, then, when they go on our website, it's very comprehensive and easy to use. I should put my hands on. All of the properties will be in a row, clearly where you can click on them and get more information. And then if I was searching for a rental, I would also utilize the internet to actually like hone in on the property size and bedroom count that I'm looking for.
And our website has a filter too, so you can say, I need a 3-bedroom.
Oh,
or I
good,
need-
yes.
Or I need also a map to see where in the city it is.
Or I
You know,
need a
if you
garage
What's
versus-
closer
yes.
to where I work,
Mhm.
things like that.
Or a school district and things. I think those are, for anybody, that's a really
Yeah,
important
it's
piece.
important to all of us.
Is there any other advice that you feel that the viewers should know as they start into this journey?
It's always good to have your documents ready and kind of collected so you can move more quickly and be able to upload your information, your photo IDs, things so that we can get you approved more quickly.
Okay, and then what about renter's insurance? Can you address that a little bit, London?
Renter's insurance, I might want to give this one
Yeah.
to Barbara.
Okay, Barbara,
Is it
go ahead.
required?
Okay.
Yes.
It is
Yeah,
required,
yeah.
yes it is.
It's something that really protects the renter, and it's just a smart thing to help with
Yes.
your personal belongings.
And when you are approved, we do provide all the information they need to access our preferred renter's insurance policy, so it's very easily accessible and,
And it's not that expensive, really.
No, I've been a renter myself and I know that it's not, yes.
$20 a month, maybe 30.
It's
depending
minimal,
on how
depending
much.
on what you
how much
have,
you're
and
insuring.
so, and the one last thing I wanted to address is, like, let's say people are smokers, is there a policy that addresses that with renting?
Yes, so there are no smoking houses
Okay.
entirely, and especially even in the city of Fresno, there's some ordinance about no smoking. So it's something that does affect people in their personal lifestyle choices, but we're trying to protect the owner's investment as well. And
Sure.
they don't want to have to get charged, the renter wouldn't want to have to pay to deodorize or get that smoke smell out of the house.
Right.
So that's a serious matter.
Right, and, there's so many things that, go into owning a home, but the nice thing about renting is you just don't have those stressors. That goes to somebody else. It gets deferred to you and then to the landlord, so people really just, all they have to do is just type in and say what the problem is or make a phone call, and they have that
Make us aware.
access to you 24/7, which is great.
Yes.
That is
A lot of
wonderful.
young people like that. And I think we had one more slide too about, on the investor side of things, what we can provide to our owner clients, the landlords, is to help them understand the value and what happens when they are thinking, do I keep a house or do I sell a house?
Oh.
To look at the, appreciation, the tax benefits, things that over 1, 3, 5, and 10 years, how that can look different. Because markets do go up and down.
Sure they do.
But usually hanging on to the land is really valuable.
Absolutely. So it's great to know that you can help both, you're truly helping both sides.
Yes.
Protect you know, the landlord to their investment and helping people find a wonderful
Right,
place
right.
to
And
live.
housing. We try to be the trusted advisor for both parties.
There you go, it's a win-win. Well, Barbara Godfrey and London Lowe, I thank you so much for coming on to the show. Again, they're with Real Property Management Platinum. Again, if you want to get great answers, Barbara Godfrey and London Lowe are experts in helping in this field. This is Hope Roski with Central Valley Talk Real Estate.